Welcome back. This was one I wasn't sure I was even going to do a recording on because I saw the score and it wasn't impressive until I started watching the replay. There's a lot going on in this match that I feel like should be should be discussed, including the use of the mod in Trust. That's a module that if you have relics or artifacts or shipments or whatever, you can send those what you have to another ship, assuming they have the correct amount of capacity, and dump it off to somebody else. I don't know how much the range increases or if it's even upgradable. I haven't really looked at it that much, but the initial range is not very far, so that's why I think that's kind of like EMP. Um, how the time is so slow to to get longer is it you get a lot of resistance at lower levels. It's not worth upgrading, even though those 3 sec. You don't know that those 3 seconds count. So I don't think we've looked at it too much, um, but obviously it did some good here, and I'll try and find it without having to do another replay. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and try to get to some goodies. This group I feel did a good job of challenging our corporation. They've got a nice solid defensive line, and then they throughout the match there was a lot of dancing going on to try to protect ourselves, and that's always a good thing. We enjoy the struggle. So let's take a look at. I didn't catch if any supports got destroyed. That's they do at the end, but at the beginning, I don't believe that they got through. I think we tried to do a better job of defending ourselves, and I think we did a pretty good job of that. No, I am so wrong. I just watched this thing. Um, the first mistake of the game is um, this this battleship. I don't know who this is. It's somebody that I'm not familiar with, but they don't have EMP. They have Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is a perfectly fine module to have, especially in a red star where you're constantly dying. In a white star, Sanctuary should not be on the table. I'm not saying it shouldn't be available. I'm saying that if your corporation is competitive and you're not specifically on a suicide run with Destiny or what have you, if you're defensive, you should not have Sanctuary. It is a wasted mod space. EMP should always be on there. If you're not gonna have EMP, or if you're not gonna have, if you have to have Sanctuary, then you need to ditch something else. Barrier, time warp, teleport, something other than Sanctuary. Now this guy's on a suicide run, so that's fine. He can do that. But our one of our highest modded members, I feel like he was probably at work or something, because in any other normal circumstance, the what you do is you send your battleship down and you EMP that guy and get your supports out of the way. This was a mistake, and it cost our core 2 miners. So let's take a look down here real quick and see if anything is interesting is happening. It's hard to without the individual like 12-hour increment controls during the White Star. It's pretty difficult to it's pretty difficult to get your individual engagements done. I don't know what happened to that miner. I guess he killed himself. What do they call it? Disassemble. I'm not sure why he did that or what killed him. It wasn't a rocket. I don't know what killed him, but he's dead. And that was a lot of hydro that we just missed out on. And that's one of the game killers. If you lose your hydro, you can't get your relics. Okay, I think on our side we end up killing this. I thought we did. No, the miner escapes. Good on him. We lose our miner, and I want to say that they finally kill this guy, but I can't say for certain. My memory's not that great. This guy ends up dying though. I don't think he gets any kills over there. He's just kind of putting pressure on, and that's pretty typical. Um, okay, so one of the things that we do that I totally agree with is take our supports and get them close to the planet until the area is secure. That way, you're not trying to send a bunch of transports from your gate all the way across the map to get to your level 10, for example. And that's pretty standard. Let's see. I think yeah, they kill that one, and then I think they kill the one up top, and then these guys are putting on a lot of pressure. I'm pretty impressed with the amount of pressure they were able to bring in a 5 versus 5. That's usually not. Did he kill that guy? Destiny. Dang Destiny. It's so frustrating. Another miner down. I don't think we killed any of their miners before they dropped their hydro. Um, that's kind of frustrating. Props to that guy for a good use of Destiny, though. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, let's continue, shall we? I think we finally secure this planet after 2 attempts or three, and once we do that, we get our transports in there pretty quick. Okay, let's see what's going on. Got an EMP up top, still in range of one of our battleships. Kind of win that engagement. We have to win it because otherwise we wouldn't have sent our transport in. I would be careful about sending something with time warp into a battle zone that doesn't have time warp because it'll throw off your timing if you don't tell your corporation about it. That instance it was fine, we won, but you always need to be careful. I think this is where really they committed to their loss. The other team did because instead of going home and dropping off those two relics, they decided to get greedy and go after the planet. And I think one of our guys saw that as an opportunity and it worked out in our favor. So we're collecting from a 5 and a 10, I think. And then we're just going to head right back to the planet. We're using barrier to stop their. They only got one ship in the front line, and he's dead. Oh, the Destiny again, a second time. This guy is really tough. Wow. But that's okay. That 8 hour delay is brutal for him at least. Okay, so what's happening is they're making a final push, and our guy hits a lucky. I think he does leap. That has to be what he did. Leap will send you to the nearest battle. So what we try to do is disengage from everybody and pick the fight that we want to leap to. And I think they did a really good job here. I would have to zoom in really close. Let's see if I can catch it without having to start over. What happens is there's a lot of disabling going on with the leap disables you. He throws up the barrier, and what's going on is now he's in range, and the only way to stop that is to bring more ships into the weapon range, and you can't do that if there's a stupid spam calls. The only way you can do that is if there's a enough battleships to get inside your targeting range to negate the multi-target. Can't do that if there's a barrier active, and he stopped both the transports. So kudos to him. He did a really good job there. Dead, and then I think he gets close for just enough time to use his destiny. I think is yeah. Let's see. Nope, he just gets that lucky shot, kills both of them. Props to them. That is an excellent move. Then I think the last, where was it? It's right here somewhere. Somebody uses in trust. Who has it? There it is. Mad Sadie. So I think we're running out of time is the issue. We're trying to get close to the warp gate, and I don't think it's working. I think the time machine has Sadie dying. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure why we used it, but it was effective regardless. Let's check the range. That is a really good range. That's way more than I thought it was. Okay, so we've got a rocket inbound, and we've got 3 hours and 40 minutes left on the clock before the star dies. With Time Machine, I'm not sure what they saw in the Time Machine that made them want to use it, but it worked. Let's see. Okay, 3 hours left. It's in range, so I'm not sure what the delay is. There it goes. There's the entrust. I wonder what happened. I don't think she dies. No, they don't die. It had to have been a time. It had to have been a time issue. Does she not make it?